Welcome to TPP Theme Park Plunge News Brief, a new show where I, Kristen Steps from Theme Park Plunge, is going to talk about news briefs regarding the theme park industry. And today we got a big one. We have Hershey Park finally confirming new restraints for the roller coaster Skyrush. This is one of those roller coasters that some people have in their top 5. They absolutely love Skyrush. And then there's people that have this roller coaster near the bottom of their list because they feel it is so painful. And so hopefully things will change now, and majority of the people will love this experience with the new restraints that are similar to the style restraints that Intamin had on Velocicoaster and Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Obviously, Velocicoaster being at Universal Islands of Adventure in Orlando, Florida. And they have a new point of view. Obviously, it's the same ride. I believe they're doing some painting and some new coaster restraints and seats. And so hopefully this makes that experience that much better. I'm looking forward to hitting Hershey Park for the first time in a very long time this summer. I still need to experience Skyrush. That's how long it's been. And I also am looking forward to Wildcats Revenge. I don't know which one I'm looking forward to more. But the first roller coaster I ever rode was the Comet. It's getting new trains, so can't wait to ride on the Comet. Lots to look forward to at Hershey Park for me because it's been such a long time. But if you're a Hershey Park enthusiast, the Skyrush news is definitely big. In some unfortunate news, however, Alabama Adventure has decided to make some decisions regarding the Rampage roller coaster for the 2024 season. We have a video from Facebook. This news hit yesterday, and this is their PR representative. Let's kind of hear briefly what he had to say, and then I'll comment some more.
We have some news though. Rampage will not be opening for the 2024 season. It's for a good reason though. Rampage has cost the Cook family almost $500,000 a year. That's almost $500,000 that we're putting in to keeping this coaster running, so all of our
20
guests
years,
can have
right?
a
So
fun, safe
so they've had
time
it for
riding
10
it every
years,
single
so
year.
it's $5 million.
And it's just not sustainable.
No.
So we're taking this time to do some incredible, from the ground up work to make sure Rampage will last for years to come at a substantially lower cost.
I hope so.
During our regularly scheduled off-season maintenance and inspections, we found that Rampage just needed an incredible amount of work in order to get running again. Again, spending another $500,000 on keeping it running. So we've decided that we just shouldn't open it this year and spend all of our time and effort in making sure that Rampage can run for years to come. And we're going to do that through a process called retracking, where we take all the steel and wood and we replace it with solid steel. So get ready for smoother rides, faster drops, and even more thrills coming from Rampage in 2025.
All right, so 2025, it's going to reopen. It's going to have partial steel retracking in the areas that they have experienced the most cost. So there's a couple areas, I believe, that have been costing them $500,000 every year. And so they hope to keep the experiences true to what it is for that wooden roller coaster as much as possible. But just for economic reasons and making sure that the park can maintain profitability and the ride can be maintained long term, they're going to do some steel retracking of certain portions of the ride. I think that that's probably a decision that had to be made. If it wasn't for the Cook family, this ride would already be gone. This park would still be in disarray. And I give them props for doing whatever it takes to keep this park alive and well. And I hope we all could support the Cook family in 2025 by making a trip out to Alabama Adventure and riding Rampage once it is completed again. Definitely something I was looking forward to trying to hit this year as I'm going south this summer, but it will wait because I'm a roller coaster enthusiast and that's what brings me to the gates. And I definitely I don't want to miss out on riding Rampage. The next news here is Carowinds in North and South Carolina. Their ride Intimidator has been renamed to Thunder Striker. Thunder Striker is definitely an interesting name. I don't know enough about stock car racing or race cars to know why it's called that. When I hear Thunder Striker, I immediately thought of Thunderstruck by AC/DC. That'd be awesome if that ride was playing in the queue, but I doubt we'll be so lucky. I think you're not going to see much of a change. They're just going to probably put the sign up at the gate at the entrance, maybe do some different striping or something on the trains. It's going to be a very cheap retheme. I don't blame them. This ride is kind of overshadowed, in my opinion, by Fury 325. If you've been on Fury 325, I just feel this ride is just not on par with it. It's not as enjoyable as, say, like when I go to Kings Island, I ride Orion and I ride Diamondback, and both rides I enjoy for different reasons. I would argue Diamondback slightly better, even though it's smaller, because of the crazy amount of airtime it has. I didn't get that feeling on this particular ride. It's not a bad ride. It just is not a top tier ride to me. And so I don't blame them for just doing a light retheme on this. I think it was a good decision. Fury 325 is definitely the winner over there. And yeah, so there we go. Smart move on their part. Save the money on the licensing. I don't know. I hear from the news in North Carolina is reporting that Teresa, or is that her name? Teresa Earnhardt didn't want to pay for the license. I don't think Teresa was probably paying the license. She was probably getting paid from Cedar Fair, and Cedar Fair probably doesn't want to pay it anymore. And I don't blame them. There's no need to pay. It's rare that they did licensing agreements, obviously, other than Snoopy. And but they did here with Intimidator for Carowinds and also for Virginia. It was kind of surprising at the time when they did. So I don't blame them. But now we're going to get into King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia, and their version of Intimidator, the Intimidator 305. So this is a much bigger roller coaster. I mean, this is up there with almost the same height as Fury 325 at Carowinds, and this is definitely the big boy. This is definitely something that overshadows all the other rides at the park. And so they definitely have to have some good theming here. They need to spend a little bit more money on this than they did over there at Carowinds, because this is the big boy, right? So Project 305. That doesn't sound like a very exciting name, right? So, what I'm hearing is they're going into the theming over there at Flight of Fear. Flight of Fear. Flight of Fear. Why can't I say fear today? I don't know. But they're going over there and trying to make that kind of themed area like Kings Island has, where they had Orion and Flight of Fear. I think I got confused because I was saying Fury. Now I'm saying Fear. Flight of Fear. Anyway, Project 305, Flight of Fear. Trying to go with the theming over there. The other thing I'm hearing is that's just a placeholder, and they're really going to call this thing Superman or Flash or something like that. It says more details to come. In the meantime, brace yourself. So there's really very little details on this. They give about the least amount of details I've ever seen on a name rebranding. They really have nothing exciting to report here. But here's the thing. Project 305, if you rock a boring name like that, you have to have some amazing theming around the ride. So they're going to have to spend some money on the queue, a lot of money on the theming. Now, if they say this is a placeholder and they rename this thing Superman or rename this thing The Flash, then they're going to have to spend a lot of money on retheming. So either way, I think we're getting a lot of money on retheming. Because if you just call this thing Project 305 and you don't do any retheming, that would be very lame. And I don't think that would be a smart business move at all. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Project 305. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's staying Project 305? Do you think they're going to retheme the queue? Do you think they're going to get a more consistent theming around it? Or do you think that this is a placeholder for Superman? You let me know. You let me know what you think. The Loch Ness Monster over at the park is 2 hours down the road. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is opening in May. So we finally get a release date on this sucker. It's funny enough because a couple days ago I messaged one of my friends he's partly involved in the industry. And I'm like, hey, when do you think this ride is going to open? He goes, I don't know. The media information I got doesn't say. And I'm like, okay. All right, so now we got it. It's May, which probably means it's opening up around Memorial Day weekend or just before Memorial Day weekend, which means we're going to be doing some, whatchamacallit? You got some pass holder previews in early to mid-May, so that this ride could be fully open by Memorial Day. That's my prediction. I think it'd be fairly accurate. Most theme parks, when they open something for the summer, they want Memorial Day. At least that's what those big parks like, Disney want. Like Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I would anticipate that being around Memorial Day too. If not, then it's just not ready, But that's probably the goal. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm really impressed that they decided to keep this ride, not just tear it down. So many companies just tear stuff down. This is definitely one of the Aero rides that needed to be preserved. But it was about time that something happened with it. So they're obviously retracking it, and they are adding. They're keeping the interlocking loops, and they're adding some different parts of the ride to make it more up to date and more visually appealing. Obviously I've seen the videos. I think it's hard telling 100% what's going on until you experience the attraction. Something I'm definitely looking forward to, and I guess I have to wait till after May to go to Virginia this year, because I was hoping to go a little bit earlier, but we are going to wait, and we are going to get in on all these new experiences this year as much as possible. And Loch Ness Monster, definitely in the running for one of the things I'm looking forward to the most in 2024, for sure. Definitely. So, again, I'm just getting started with this channel, and have a lot to come this summer with vlogs at different parks, different experiences. I'm going to be doing, obviously more news bits, more vlogging, more reviews, more, food reviews, whatever I get my hands on. And as far as theme parks go, I'm going to be doing a lot of different content this summer. So if you like what you see, or you just love amusement parks, please subscribe. It'll help the channel grow. It'll help me. Please comment down below with anything you want to talk about. I'd love to engage and start having a community of people that we could talk about theme parks with. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace.